after some rather unconvincing start to this particular tournament, began kicking well, and then the last 8 about to battle out with Mali. What are their chances as the host?
Well, they have a chance, and they will try to exploit that chance. But they have been playing rather, well, you can say.
Okay.
But on the whole, I think, Mali is a different opposition that plays totally differently. They play with a 3-5-2 formation.
Okay.
They don't have that flair in midfield. They have workaholics in midfield.
Okay.
And they use their flanks as their flair players. Okay. While South Africa play a 4-4-2, and they are too much open in the middle. Yeah. So we'll see two different formations and 2 different types of play.
Okay. Seri Keta has been a loyal servant for his country. This is going to be his 74th appearance, having scored 20 in previous appearances. This game is very important to him, according to the captain, because of the internal strife currently taking place. Football, as we know, is a powerful force. Yeah. Can that be a motivation for them to go out there and do a job, a decent job in this country?
Yeah, I believe all the games are important for them since from the day one that they started this tournament. All they want was to win, win, win. And as you know, the current situation in Mali is one thing, that would spur them into winning. Beautiful football, we all know what it can do. Okay. You watch the headlines at the moment, Mali dominates it, but tonight, within these 90 minutes or so, at least people in Mali, majority of them will be focused on this game, and they will forget about the stress and the war and all those things and concentrate on the game and hope that their country win. And their players also know that the millions of Malians would at least be glued to their screens to make sure that at this particular time they forget about the war in northern Mali and concentrate on the game. So I believe that is going to spur them up. And we are in for a very, very good game. Like these are 2 good sides. Mali, by far, a very, very tactical team, very good, and one of the fanciest sides coming into this tournament. South Africa, not quite impressing in their opening group games, drawing with Cape Verde, and then have to get a last-minute gaps against Morocco to qualify. Tells a lot. But I believe it's going to be a very, very good. The atmosphere in the stadium is going to, because I know the stadium will fill to capacity, and you have the yellow colors, singing the Bafana and the Vuvuzelas. That is going to be very, very interesting.
Farms, what's your take?
Well, just like my colleague said, I mean, it's already building up, and then I think it's going to be a great game. Like we have seen in the first game, football is not a straightforward thing. Sometimes you play and then you're unfortunate to lose. So South Africa for today, I mean, they can only go for this because you are playing home.
Okay.
So because of that, you will think that at least they should do something to make sure that they get to. They are not fancied for the title. I'm not sure anybody's putting their money for South Africa in this competition. Okay. But at least as a home side, you expect them to come up and deliver on a night like this. But that said, Mali has a decent team. I definitely respected the way they play. Like Mr. Fay said, they have workaholics. But not only that, I think that midfield of the Mali's midfield is actually the best that I've seen in terms of cohesiveness, playing together. And you have the Momo Sissohos, you have the Samba Diakites. These are top players. Educator, of course, you know him when he, he's still a top professional. Okay. So I don't know, but it's going to be a very, very close game. Okay. And then it will be so funny that if I would say, but I still think that Mali actually has a little bit edge over them. Okay. But whether playing 12 against 11, actually in this case, because South Africa are playing home and they have lots of fans that are coming to support them, whether that would prove the eventual difference, I can't be sure. But I know it's going to be a very intriguing game and interesting game.
Okay. South Africa, they have been having quite talented players, but on this particular tournament, the only guy who could have given them that spark is Steven Pienaar, but he didn't turn up. He has resigned from international football. Yeah, I think, is that a problem for them in terms of somebody lightening the team?
Anyway, I think enough with this Steven Pienaar issue, because he decided not to come for South Africa. Same for African football, same for South African football. Okay. The coach has to do with what he has now. Okay. Yeah, we don't have the Steven Pienaars, but we still have quite of them who are very good. Okay. We have that young guy from, I forgot the name, from Ajax Amsterdam, who usually comes in the second half. He's a promising talent in the South African team. And we have given the rest of the squad also given their best, in each of the games that they play. Steven Pienaar, yes, he's missed, but what else? They have to do.
Yeah, not only him, but
yeah, not only him. They have to do without him. And credit goes to them. South Africa must consider themselves lucky to be in the tournament because they didn't qualify. They were just selected to host the tournament after the chaos in Libya. So they try to go all the way to the quarterfinals, and they will continue to play for the fans, knowing that it's a home game for them. It's in their country, and try to go all the way.
Most of the teams that we built to serve as surprise packages, almost all of them were out. Can South Africa be that time this around? Zambia out, Ethiopia and Cape Verde.
Well, let's not forget, I mean, Cape Verde are out because of the referee's blunders. Okay. You know that. But in this case, the eventual winner of this championship, I would say it again, is going to be a West African side, and which South Africa is not. Okay. But I still expect Mali to actually prove tough for them. So if you know, I'm going for Mali. I don't need to hide that. I'm going for Mali. But I think South Africa also have a lot of strength when it comes to attacking, and they enjoy themselves on the ball. The only thing that they lack is actually that experience in terms of like the likes of Steven Pin and all that. But I think South African football has been, going downward for quite a long time now. Since
despite their superior domestic
yes. The thing is, a big nation when you look at it, politically and football-wise, they should be. They have a top one of the best leagues in Africa. But that doesn't actually translate into their national side. I don't know what is responsible for that. But, if Steven Pienaar, who is playing for Everton, is actually the biggest player in your country, you wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't come. So if you can get to the quarterfinals and not pass through that quarterfinal, it's normal. It's football. Okay. So these youngsters will just, after this tournament, they'll just need to just, get up and say, you know what, we still have the future ahead of us.
Okay. We fast inching closer to the very day. It's not very far, the final. Are you expecting an all West African affair?
Yeah, man, I said it here.
Mali here.
You don't even need to think of. That's why I'm not still sure about this South Africa.
Many South Africa today, modest South Africa are not going to make it.
Anyway, the final is some time away from now. I think we have this game on hand. You understand? Look at things. We have almost, except South Africa, the rest are all Africans. So obviously, yeah, all West Africans. Obviously, the likelihood is that we might see an all West African final. You understand? But looking at the game today, we saw some interesting team news. Okay. Yeah, that came in, Mr. Faye. We've seen Mali will be without their first goalkeeper, but I think we come.
Yeah, we're running out of time for the countdown, but we will be going for this break. We'll be back in moments.
What it takes to be a supporter. That's why we support you. Today changes with Orange. In
Africa, we don't play soccer, we live it. Supporters aren't fans, they're fanatics. And when a goal is scored, we don't celebrate, we roar. Standard Bank, an official sponsor of the Orange Africa Cup of Nations, South Africa 2013. Standard Bank, moving forward.